Good evening and welcome to Doomsday News. I'm your host, Catherine Donovan, reporting nearly live from the epicenter of breaking world news, Old Lyme, Connecticut. Our producers want me to warn you, none of our news is fact-checked, and nothing I say is original. I am merely a vessel of doom. Now let's dive right in, shall we? Today's big news segment is entitled, Never Come for the Libraries, Mr. Adams. Our team at Doomsday News learned that the former NYPD captain and mayor of New York City has been indicted on charges of corruption. You don't say. Shocking. Truly shocking that a former NYPD member could be tied up in any type of corruption scandal. Adams became very unpopular among bibliophiles and everyday citizens when his budget cuts led to closures and shortenings of libraries' hours. Library visits are actually increasing in the city, and the library establishment as a whole in the United States is known as a safe place or sanctuary in many cities and towns. It is one of the last places in America that is cost-free to visit. Mayor Adams did an excellent job of ticking people off in general. He later had to reinstate the budget to the library and cultural institutions due to general feelings of anger and disgust from the public. Our second breaking news segment today is entitled, Colonialism Created a Dumpster Fire in Parts of Africa, brought to you by the British, French, Belgian, and American governments and their militaries. The country of Sudan is facing acute hunger and mass starvation, with 10 million of its citizens being internally displaced. Here at Doomsday News, we would like to shout out the country of Chad for sharing their land, food, and water to over 1.5 million Sudanese refugees. Be like Chad, everyone. Our third breaking news segment today is entitled Crumbling American Infrastructure, brought to you by American 1980s politicians. Houses are currently washing out into the ocean in places like the Outer Banks in North Kakalaki. There is also news that insurance companies are no longer insuring some homes that are oceanfront, as in the ocean. These uninsurable homes are now being sold at a deep discount for cash, because they are, useless. Normally, we would break right now for a word from our sponsors, but we don't have any. Doomsday News has no sponsors because we boycott everything. Please feel free to contact us with sponsorships that don't require worker exploitation or exploited capitalism. Now on to our final segment entitled International Sugar and Spice. Heal Palestine has been continuously and persistently flying injured Palestinian children to various hospitals within the United States for burn treatment, reconstruction of new limbs following amputations, and eye surgeries. Isn't that lovely? Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We look forward to seeing you next week for another installment of Doomsday News. Once again, I'm your host, Catherine Donovan, signing off. Good day and good evening.